going to jump into this video of putting the Smallrig system onto the Z9 and then pairing it with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Okay, so I did order everything from Amazon. I did see a video a little bit ago of the setup that I was looking for. So I have the handle. Oh, sorry guys. I have the handle, and it's just the mini ones, the Nato slide, because that's kind of what I wanted. They have a couple different ones. It just kind of depends on really what you would want. So next thing, I have the cage for the Z9. You can get it for your camera system. I have a, what is this? A nano rail, because the setup I'm going with, I think I need this on this. So I got this just in case because I wasn't really sure. And then I have the Smallrig piece that I need for my DJI. It's just a little cage, and I'll share how this is going to come into play later. And then I have this. This was the hardest piece to find, and it is the adjustable monitor support. So the video that I saw had this, but they didn't have it linked, and I spent like countless hours looking for this freaking thing. It was terrible. But anyways, I found it, and I hope it works, because it worked in the video, and I don't know if I'm missing things or if there's something else I was supposed to get, but we are going to try it with this. I don't know if this will fit with the silicone skin on my Z9 already. It'd be cool if it did. I have a sneaky suspicion that it does not. So I've never installed one, and I don't know how it goes. So come along. The numbers for these, the product numbers. So the Z9 cage is $31.95. I will link them below as well. The Universal Nano or Nato rail, sorry, is 2172B. That's one I got. The Smallrig adjustable monitor support is 2903B. The Smallrig cage for the DJI Osmo is 5072. And then the mini Nato, I don't know, slide or side handle is 4840. So again, I'll link these all below. It said you obviously need a Nikon Z9 or whatever camera body you're shooting with. Mine is Z9, and then you need a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So let's jump into this and see where it takes us. I'm not going to do unboxing videos. Oh, I need a knife. My pen wasn't working the other day, and this is not why my pen was working the other day, but the pen is a multi-tool. I just wanted to jump on and show the bottom of this. So this actually is magnetic, and it just slides out, which is super neat. It doesn't really like come out if you try to pick it. I'm sure if you really try to pick it, it would probably come out, but no, I don't think it will. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Right? So it's pretty simple to put together, like I said. This is what it looks like on right now. You can access your battery bay really easy. You have an additional hot shoe mount or a cold shoe mount here. You have your mount here still. You have options to attach stuff to this side. Small hands. So this still feels very comfortable in my right hand. Left hand, I'm kind of like, ugh. But that is where this comes in for this. And you have some mount pieces on this side as well. And obviously some up here. And then this is what the bottom looks like. So overall installation, Super easy, super quick. I did move my Peak Design hooks, so one is on this side versus at this mount piece. It is now here. This one's still in its original spot because there is no real spot on this side to mount it. So I guess if you really wanted to, you could have one here and one at the bottom where this one is. Pretty much right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. And so basically you would have two mounts like that. So in theory, when you're walking, it should stay down like that. I may or may not switch mine later. It just kind of depends on, I guess, my lens and what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to jump into installing this onto the Z9 and let's see how it goes. Need my handy dandy multi-tool again. Okay, and so I should specify on this because when I was looking at the comments, there's a few that were kind of like, you know, why would you do this? Why would you have all of this? And why do you want your DJI connected to your Z9 while you are photographing? So for me personally, I think taking my DJI Osmo is great because I can't always hold my camera, do a video, and make sure both are focused, looking at the same thing, or if I'm photographing something, it might fly away or it might, you know, run away. And then there's always going to be that moment of, you know, damn, I wish I was videoing this. And then vice versa. There's always going to be that point of, you know, I was videoing and I wish I got a picture. So for me and for what I do for content creating, this works. If it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for you. It's no big deal. We are not the same. So this has a cold shoe mount as well, and then it has some extra mount pieces up here. It does have a slide piece, so you can choose your height that you would like. The bottom, this is cool. So the bottom, hopefully that focuses. So the bottom has a Allen key that stays in there, and it is magnetized. So the chances of losing that is pretty slim. I feel like replacing this would be a lot easier than replacing the one on this. That's just me. So we are going to take this apart and install. So this is where that nano rail comes in. So, or that Nato. I don't know why I keep saying nano. Nato rail. So this, right, slides into this, and you can slide up and down to choose. Do you want lower height, upper height, middle height, whatever you're comfortable with. So. And I highly recommend for the couple seconds it takes just to double check your screws on your whole setup. Highly recommend it because it would be pretty terrible, God forbid, if you ever dropped your camera. Okay, so we're going to take this because we need this as well. That is that Nato rail that I got because I need the handle to connect to the Nato rail, which will go on this side. Okay, so once you get your handle on, that does have these pieces right here. I don't know if this is going to focus, but it does have those pieces right there. So it will not slide off. So you don't have to worry that if this ever comes loose, it will not slide off. I feel like that's more comfortable for me. So at the bottom, again, you can choose your preference. Mine's going to be snug. Yeah, mine's going to be snug. So it's going to be like this. And then we are going to put the Smallrig cage on the Z9, or sorry, on the DJI. Okay, so this is the setup. So Nikon Z9, Smallrig Z9 case. I have my Peak Design hooks, which I absolutely love. I could not use this, and I'll explain about it in a second. It's my error. It's nothing to do with Smallrig. So this handle here only has 3 1/4 inch screw holes. And I triple checked this, did not triple check that. So my error, not Smallrig's, not anybody else's but my own. And it's because this screw is a 3/8. And this technically would be in place of my newer monitor mount piece. So this would be same concept. But unfortunately it's not going to work. It's not a big deal to me because this setup still works. I'll show you. So like I said, the grip, you can adjust your height here, and like I still have a fair bit of room. So I can still push buttons, move things, but honestly, once this is all set, it's not going to pretty much change throughout the day. So changing my modes isn't going to matter because I shoot in manual. And then my bracket, I can set up custom buttons elsewhere on my camera without needing to use my bracket button. So that doesn't quite matter to me. You still have access to all your buttons here. I believe this is magnetic, so you can put your DJI mic here, which is super cool. This is the setup, and this is kind of what I was going for. So this looks straight on, and that is what I would like for when I'm doing a video or photos, and I would like to incorporate both of a video and a picture. And again, cold shoe mount, you still have this for your flash, and that's the setup. So I will still link this and the grip that it will work with. I'll include this if you're just wanting a bit of a smaller grip. I think the other one's a bit bigger, and I have small hands. That's a problem for me. But I will put all the pieces in the comments below or in the description below. And then if you want the setup, you can go get it. And like I said, I'll include this one and the other grip as well.